the goalkeeper, Kiko Casilla. It's a great start from one of Sampaoli's men. And what a terrific atmosphere.
David Soria in goal today for Sevilla. There was a question as to whether it would be 3 or 4 at the back for the Andalusian club. The answer is probably somewhere in between as they alternate under Sampaoli. And out to touch 4. Real Madrid, it's Danilo ready to put it back in play. And there's a look at the Argentine-born manager who led Chile to their first ever continental title, winning the 2015 Copa America. Ramos with the clearance. Lucas Vasquez won't get there. It's a throw in deep territory here for Sevilla.
No surprises the way Sevilla have started out, that signature high line, high press under Sampaoli, trying to pin Real Madrid in their own half.
Long throw in by Escudero. Pumped from behind, the play allowed to continue, and it was Ben Yedder who was salivating at the thought, but a foul whistled against Edio Rami. And a free kick for Madrid. All La Liga teams entered the Copa del Rey in the round of 32. Sevilla knocking off fourth-tier Formentera 14-2 on aggregate in the previous round. Scored 5 in the first leg, 9 in the second, and conceded just once in each of those 2 legs. Real Madrid, meanwhile, knocking out third-tier Cultural Leonesa 13-2 on aggregate. Scored 7 in the first leg, 6 in the second. Conceded just once in each as well.
So far, all the play coming down this left side for Sevilla. Escudero has more of an option now to go forward. No, he does have those 3 center backs behind there to cover. Longley, Rami, and Mercado.
Ramos. Tripped forward and toward the wing. Controlled by Alvaro Morata, who could not quite keep it under control, and it's out for a Sevilla throw-in. Manager of the Real Madrid Castilla team briefly from 2014 until he replaced Rafa Benitez in 2016. It's been just 2 defeats in his entire tenure. Luciano Vieto trying to get on the end of that. Marcelo settles. Marcelo weaves away through traffic. Casemiro gets it forward. This is Asensio. Cross. Nacho. Switch of flanks to find Danilo. Filling in for Carvajal today. Morata. Danilo. Getting across and going to ground is the young fullback Sergio Escudero. He's not that young anymore. Still think of him as a young player. Former Getafe man.
Interesting to see Morata playing out wide on the right, not centrally and not wide on the left, where he's used to coming in, cutting inside with his right foot, going for goal. And to expect Morata to give quite a headache to the debutant of Sevilla, Longley.
A lot of expectation for Clément Longley, the 21-year-old France under-21. He's coming over from Nancy, making his debut today for the Andalusian club. They've also got Stevan Jovetic on the bench today, who is available for his debut. But there are players to watch. Luciano Vieto had a hard time of it at Atletico. He's on loan from Atleti now, 10 goals in all competitions. On the other side, it's Alvaro Morata, who scored 9 in all competitions for Real Madrid.
And for Morata, he hasn't scored since December 10th, but it doesn't really matter. He can still do so much great work, linking up, also tracking back. Great work rate from Morata.
Almost under some pressure from Ben Yedder, the newcomers to this Sevilla side. Rami. Yedder gets it wide. This Kranivitter couldn't quite find his compatriot, Vieto. Kranivitter. Combination here from the Andalusian club. Correa goes for goal, and it's Casilla who parries it wide. Chased down by Iborra. Corner kick given to Sevilla. It's their second.
Even better chance there. Lovely 1-2, though, to split that Real Madrid defense. Correa can cut inside and really stay close to those 2 strikers, and on similar 1-2s like that. The final product, though, no problem for Kiko Casilla.
And toward the near post, knotted away from danger, but left inside of the 18, picked up by Asensio.
Great ball.
Morata chested down. Whistled off the ball, but a foul whistled against Gabriel Mercado.
Excellent goal from Asensio.
And the yellow card as well with Diano Mayenko. It's possibly for the protest more than for the foul itself.
Has to be for the protest. Normally, for the first or second foul from any defender, the referee will allow the play to continue and give them just a talking to instead of the yellow. Tactical foul there from Mercado. New Real Madrid were going to break on the counterattack. Lovely ball, by the way, from Asensio as he's getting pressed, still finding that looping ball to continue the counter.
One back by Kraneviter. Kraneviter. Escudero. Back into the midfield. Men committed to attack here for the Andalusian club. Escudero. Working against Sergio Ramos. Still Escudero. Carried away by Danilo. It's thrown in again for Sevilla. Well, he is an intense figure, Sampaoli. I think we have a Sampaoli cam. You'll be seeing quite the aggressive nature of the Argentine manager on the touchline. Long throw by Escudero toward the 6. He's looking for Iborra. And Sevilla will get another corner kick, their third.
It's been a brilliant start, though, from Sevilla when they're in possession. Look at the quick touches, the real vision and creativity from every one of these midfielders. And Escudero's been prominently involved. He's been their biggest threat going forward.
Sarabia's corner, outswinger inside the 6 and knock it out of danger once more. Good start for Sevilla. Now has gone their way as Asensio the guilty party. Quick restart. Then Yetter. Marcelo in that wide area of the 18. Chased down by Vieto. There's Pablo Sarabia. It's been an absolute bargain for Sampaoli and Monchi. Of course, Pablo Sarabia brought over from Getafe for just €1 million. He's contributed to 13 goals this season. He's scored 6, assisted on 7. Long led the debutant. Kraneviter. Mercado. Rami. Longley. Excellent ball into the middle from Longley. He's known for his passing, the young Frenchman. And Correa. Sarabia's cross into the danger zone. It's made its way through. It looks to be an own goal on Danilo. And Sevilla have one back. It's Sevilla 1, Real Madrid 0. 3-1 on the aggregate.
That's a sensational ball out wide. Pablo Sarabia is the one who whips it, and he sees his target at the far post. And it was Iborra, and Danilo just had to get in the way. Was the only Real Madrid defender in front of Iborra, and it all goes so terribly wrong. It's a diving header into his own net. Oh, when you take a look at the second replay, it's difficult to think or try to figure out what Danilo's trying to do here just because of his body positioning. Just looks like a brilliant diving header inadvertently into his own net. But that ball from Sarabia causing all sorts of trouble, whipped in with so much velocity. Danilo had to act any way he could.
Real Madrid benefited. Okay, allowed to continue here. Asensio finds the keeper off his line. It's parried by Soria. He does have range. The young Real Madrid midfielder Marco Asensio.
And nearly from a standstill position. How well does Asensio strike this ball? That was going goal bound. And Soria forced into a wonderful save. Great response from Real Madrid.
This is precisely what Sevilla would have wanted for a start. An early goal. Crosses cross into the heart of the 18. And Yedder flicks it on. Joaquin Correa on the counter. Sarabia. Pushed down quickly by Asensio. Kraneviter. Sarabia. Another position to his earlier cross. Another ball, this time near post. And it's one of the own goals of the season. If you like, watch it again on Facebook.com/BNSportsUSA. Alvaro Morata. Right off of Mariano, and it's steered out of danger. And more than that, the ball forward. Ben Yedder, the intended target, quickly off his line. Casilla.
Now it was Longley who stuck the boot in, and his clearance actually becomes a wonderful through ball for the striker Ben Yedder. And take a listen to this atmosphere here at the Sanchez Pizjuan. It's absolutely tremendous.
And it might be quieter than it usually is. The Iris Norte, one of the ultra groups of Sevilla, exercising a bit of a silent protest today after having a tifo denied. The club said it was police who did not want the tifo at the stadium, and so the ultras deciding to sit and watch quietly today. It's still a terrific atmosphere at one of the hallowed grounds of Spanish football.
Yeah, you wonder if that'll all change if Sevilla can get a second goal and suddenly a comeback really does look to be on the cards.
Correa. Escudero's tripped up. And that'll be a yellow card for Lucas Vasquez. Second yellow card of the match. Mercado went in the referee's book after 7 minutes. 13th minute, it's Lucas.
That late challenge there, ball was already gone. And going with the studs, Lucas, but still right into the shin. Just mistimed that challenge. Hard-working winger. Mentioned the pickup, Andres of Sarabia, joined for so little money. Had a great season with Getafe, even though they did go down to the Segunda. Did score 7 goals, bunch of assists as well. Next, Real Madrid Castilla.
Here is Sarabia. Bending into the danger zone. Kiko Casilla punches it away, slammed into by a Sevilla player. Is that Adil Rami? Casilla seems to be okay. It was, in fact, the Frenchman Rami.
It's still another fantastic ball flighted in with so much pace that forces Casilla to really have to come out and get an almost nervy punch out onto it.
Given away to Escudero. New ball in between both center forwards for the Andalusian club. Casemiro gets it wide. Asensio. Marcelo. Marcelo has Morata in support. Instead, it's Mariano. Nearly able to get past his marker, but put away Adil Rami. Sarabia forced to adjust. Here's Marcelo. Marcelo past Kraneviter. Apparent handball that has been spotted by Indiana Mayenko. Sarabia the guilty party. A free kick now for Real Madrid.
Been impressed so far with this young Frenchman defender Longley. Every time he's been called into action defensively, he's stuck in a boot very comfortably and decisive more than anything. Really the ultimate test for any defender at that age, still only 21 years old, to play against Real Madrid in your first game with their new team. Tremendous decision there from Sampaoli in terms of the confidence showed in Longley.
Swung in toward the center of the 18, punched away by Soria, blasted forward Lucas Vasquez, well off the mark.
Should have done better to keep it down. Vasquez, he had all the time in the world to really measure his options. Took a look at where the goalkeeper was as it falls down onto his path. Another look at that ball flighted in from Sarabia. And Danilo just having to get a touch. He had Iborra behind him, but it's really bizarre what he's trying to do. It does just look like a diving header, doesn't it? Even the way that he puts his head down when he's hitting it, that just looks like a perfectly executed diving header into his own goal.
It's a poor giveaway at the back. And it's been picked up by Mariano. Lucas Vasquez chasing it down. Blasting it into orbit. The ball did appear to cross the line. It's a goal kick. Or Soria.
That's where Sampaoli teams sometimes can get caught out. He likes his goalkeepers to play the ball out short, and that's what Soria is trying to do. But definitely know that Real Madrid, look at their positioning. They're going to try to limit that short ball to one of the defenders. And Soria again.
So Rami.
Figured he might have learned his lesson with the pressure coming from Real Madrid, but I think it's a bit risky.
Stay up to date on BN Sports USA on Twitter. You can also visit us online at bnsports.com and stream live matches like this one on BN Sports Connect. quarter of an hour down into Sanchez Pizjuan. Sevilla have struck first via Danilo's own goal. They trailed 3-1 on the aggregate. Embraced by James and a goal by Rafael Varane in the first leg. The difference. Here's Danilo. Real Madrid who benefited from own goals in both legs against Cultural Leones. Lucas Vazquez, no foul. Lucas Vazquez raising a trail for Danilo. Momentarily back by Longley. And a goal kick for Sevilla. And that's where the fans wanted a foul, but Emiliano Mayenko seeing nothing wrong with that. The referee's assistant perhaps closer to the call. Danilo. Morata was able to get past the first challenge, but not the second from Longley. Here's Danilo. Vicente Iborra challenge from behind. He's brought the Brazilian down. Another free kick now for Real Madrid. Teams are playing with fire when they give Real Madrid these sorts of free kicks. They are, might arguably, the best set-piece team on the planet at the moment, Real Madrid, even without the likes of Gareth Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo on the pitch today.
And Pepe as well, big defender.
Delivered by Kroos. Trying to settle it, Ramos. Sarabia does get it away from Casemiro.
Ramos was getting held back by Adil Rami as well. Pretty blatant the way Ramos was being tugged back.
Appeared to be a high boot by Sarabia. Emiliano Mayenko in a good spot to see it, and he's given it as a throw-in for Sevilla. Both managers putting out competitive squads today, but far from the best 11, as you do have a big matchup coming up this weekend here on BN Sports in La Liga. Remember, Real Madrid are first, 4 points clear of Sevilla, and a Sevilla win in that one would bring it to just a 1-point difference, though Real Madrid do have a game in hand against Valencia. Marcelo. Asensio. A little too much pressure from Sevilla this time. Sarabia, a guilty party. And it's not just Real Madrid and Sevilla in action in La Liga. In fact, Barcelona and Las Palmas square off. Coming up on Saturday from the Camp Nou. Barcelona fresh off advancing in the Copa del Rey against Athletic Club. Marcelo. Asensio. Casemiro. Nipping at the heels was Kranivic. Marcelo doing very well to receive from Casemiro. Here's Marcelo. Alvaro Morata. Just losing his balance, the young Spaniard. Kroos. Excellent work from Casemiro. A fair challenge from the Brazilian to win it back.
This is the most settled that Real Madrid has looked in terms of their average position on the pitch. The defenders finally being able to move up and keep the ball for a decent period of time in Sevilla's half.
Not now, as they've given it away to Vicente Iborra. Ben Yedder has the run of Vieto. Not the best of passes from the former Toulouse man. Asensio. Marcelo. Mariano. Asensio keeping it himself as Mariano came across. Marcelo. Leading his way through Mariano. Laid off from Marcelo. Goes down by Rami. Rami who gets it away. Sanchez Pizjuan willing Sevilla forward, hoping for a quicker transition into attack. That's Sergio Escudero, the usually left back or left wing back, who was the furthest player up the pitch for Sevilla. Casemiro.
Scudero as well has been getting great cover from those two central midfielders, Kraneviter and Iborra. Or shifting out wide when Scudero does make those overlapping runs.
Asensio, good cross toward the near post. It's intended for Mariano. Last touch by Sarabia, out to touch Real Madrid. Ramos. Danilo. Lucas Vazquez. Marcelo putting in his shift to keep the ball in play. The hands felt it crossed the line when Diana Mayenko believes it did not. Danilo. Lucas. Easily past Escudero. And back by Kraneviter. Iborra. Andalusian captain today. Excellent pass by Iborra, and there's numbers forward for Sevilla. Picked out the wrong pass, perhaps. Escudero across the grain. This is Ben Yedder from the edge of the 18. Ben Yedder tried to square back across. The offside flag is up.
Awareness from Ben Yedder. A few times he's probably in hindsight made the wrong pass. He had two options off to his right.
Is he offside? Just leaning forward.
Just slightly, if anything, so close.
If anything, Nacho might have been keeping on, but it was millimeters. Delivered to the back post because Vazquez won't get there ahead of Escudero.
And when Ben Yedder receives the ball, he has two options all alone off to his right. Instead, he just seems to hesitate. He goes back left, and now Madrid defenders allowed to catch up and stifle that counterattack dead in its tracks.
Delivered toward the penalty spot. Alviet. Casual from Vieto, giving away Danilo. Poor first touch from Mariano, but he's just getting away. Soria has to come off his line. And so nearly a circus goal for Mariano.
Have to applaud, though, the aggressive nature of Mariano continuing on the play right here. Puts in a real shift to try to get there before Soria, and that wasn't that far off from being in and being one of the most bizarre goals that clanks off his shin in the end.
Well, ahead of that big matchup at the weekend, Sampaoli deciding to rest some of his key players, Mariano and Nzonzi, Franco Vazquez, all left out of the squad today. Zinedine Zidane more of the same as Cristiano and Modric are rested. Isco and James are not 100% fit. They've been rested as well. That's between those four players a combined 26 goals and 24 assists not available today for Zinedine Zidane. And of course, Gareth Bale still injured as well as Pepe. Marcelo. Asensio. Casemiro. Nacho. Danilo. A quick reminder that the Africa Cup of Nations is on beIN Sports, and it kicks off this weekend. Of course, from Gabon, we've got Burkina Faso versus Cameroon for you on Saturday at 1:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Danilo. Asensio switched over to the near side. Mariano. Marcelo has Morata to the back post, takes a deflection through Soria to receive it.
Brilliant touch from Asensio, so composed and decisive with his movement. Also tricky in those tight quarters, able to peel away from the defender.
Lonely. Doesn't look too nervous on his debut, the 21-year-old Clement Lonely.
And fans also appreciating the fact that Ben Yedder and Vieto will drift back and get involved in some of the build-up, both very capable and able to ball at their feet.
Vieto. Sarabia.
Case in point, now it's Vieto drifting back.
Bypassing Correa. This is lonely. Escudero. It's a low cross. Easy for Nacho to deal with. Danilo, rather Casemiro, gets it away. Asensio flicks it forward. Morata, the heel flick is on. Toni Kroos. Lucas Vazquez has space. Chip forward, the offside flag against Mariano. He is offside.
So fun to watch Real Madrid when they are pulling off these counterattacks. 4 or 5 quick passes in succession, each picking out the intended target.
Iborra. Ben Yedder has help on the way. Ben Yedder takes it himself. Casilla. Toni Kroos. Chased down by Mariano. Asensio working against Iborra. Anticipation from the Sevilla captain, but it is a throw into Real Madrid. There's another look at the offside decision as Mariano goes a little early.
No question. Neat finish at the end, though, from the Dominican in Barcelona, and over finally to the first team after scoring 27 goals in the third tier with Real Madrid's second team.
Meanwhile, here they come again with Correa. Tripped up inside of the semicircle is Sergio Ramos, the guilty party. Joaquin Correa has just drawn. He's played it quickly. Luciano Vieto. And he's allowed it to Undiano Mayenko. Ben Yedder! It's 3 fine saves from Kiko Casilla.
Why rush that ball? And I think Sampaoli is incensed. That free kick opportunity surely might have been a better chance to score on Kiko Casilla.
Ole. To be out shooting Real Madrid 4-3 for the moment. 3 shots on target for Sevilla. Iborra. Correa. Measuring up Correa. Lays it for Vieto! Kiko Casilla plenty busy. Less than a half hour in.
Well, Sevilla are finding very easy ways to get a shot on Casilla and get into the final third. Just a standstill opportunity from Vieto. Still able to generate a decent amount of power. This is the one that's taken short. I really don't understand this because Vieto's running sideways away from the goal. It's not like he's making a run into space past the final defender. I did not understand that one bit, and clearly neither did Sampaoli. I think he's still screaming about that.
He might have been screaming for joy had Ben Yedder been able to beat Kiko Casilla. This is Kraneviter. Rami. And central of the 3 center backs. Right by Lenglet on the left, Mercado on the right. Ole. Soria is closed down by Morata. Not down Vicente Iborra, but found Sergio Ramos.
And the epitome of a box-to-box presence so far in this game. Iborra getting forward and doing a lot of the dirty work as well. Real physical presence in the midfield. But he will get forward more so than Kraneviter, who will take a bit more of a defensive role just in front of that back 3.
Nacho. Ramos playing on the left, Nacho on the right. There's Kroos. Casemiro. Excellent ball to find his compatriot Marcelo. Crossed in near post, dealt with by Rami. Sarabia. Half hour gone at this Sanchez Pizjuan. The own goal by Danilo came 10 minutes in. It's the first own goal for Real Madrid since 2013 when Sergio Ramos scored on his own net at Old Trafford against Manchester United. This is Correa. Has the run of Vicente Iborra. Correa. That gets it wide to Vieto. Ben Yedder. Near post cross for Correa. Nacho adjusting well to clear it. Pressure from Kraneviter. Defensive header from Nacho. Escudero. Deflected off of Nacho. Marcelo. Morata. Whistled off the ball by Mercado. The ball a bit lazy. And a second effort from Casemiro to get it away. Here's Kroos.
Now Morata switch flanks. He started on the right. Now he's playing predominantly on this left side where he's probably a bit better in terms of going at goal.
Mariano looking for an opening against Longley. He's blasted over the top by Toni Kroos.
Still, you have to appreciate that from Mariano. He knew that the angle wasn't one that was really going to be a decent attempt on goal, so he pulls it back, knows Kroos is advancing. It's one where the Germans scored countless times. Oh, that was so close to finding Ben Yedder. Excuse me, it was Vieto making that central run.
Escudero trying to get it down the line, given away to Nacho, who's won it back. Danilo. Vasquez working against Longley. Lucas Vasquez is pulled back by the Frenchman. A free kick to Real Madrid. And Lucas Vasquez making his opinion known to Undiano Mayenko. Asensio. Marcelo. Asensio. That effort blocked. Sarabia getting in the way. Corner kick to Real Madrid. Their third. Well, Asensio outswinger near post. There was Correa, settled by Vieto. Only through for Sarabia as Toni Kroos takes a tumble. Vieto, and he may get away here.
Oh.
Brilliant from Casemiro to step up and put out the fire. Vieto is still feeling the brunt.
Ben Yedder was all alone. Far side of your screen, Ben Yedder all alone, just hoping that Vieto could rifle that ball through. It's nothing serious for Luciano Vieto. Just couldn't get to that ball in time and play it out wide.
And we'll take the opportunity to invite you to tune in to Multi-Calcio on Sunday as Udinese play host to Roma. At 8:55 a.m. Eastern, we'll be showing you that game as our feature match, plus goals as they go from around the rest of Serie A and all the live action. (1-0) for the match, 3-1 on the aggregate. Real Madrid with the advantage and 1 foot through the quarterfinals, but Sevilla so far giving a good account of themselves at home. Here's Casemiro. Danilo. Vasquez. Working against Escudero. That's touched by Escudero. Fourth corner kick now for Real Madrid. Toni Kroos is coming over to take it. As always, keep your eye on Sergio Ramos in these situations. 5 goals for Ramos this season, all headed goals. Delivered by Kroos. Controlled by Vieto. It's it wide for Mercado. Catapulted forward, looking for Ben Yedder, but finding only Danilo. And cross in, looking for Iborra. Trying to settle it, Ben Yedder, but needed a softer touch.
Delivery to these front two has been sensational. Ben Yedder and Vieto have had plenty of chances between them, but this is a difficult one for Wissam Ben Yedder to settle. He's perfectly onside, making the run in between 3 Real Madrid defenders who, quite frankly, should have done better. All thinking that perhaps it's going to be offside. Just a slightly heavy touch in the end from Ben Yedder. Those two, Vieto and Ben Yedder, have really complemented each other well. Both taking turns and essentially coming back to the midfield, helping out with the build-up.
Soria. Lonely. Escudero. It's a poor touch from Escudero. And to recover between 2 defenders, given away to Lucas Vasquez. Short pitch to counter for Real Madrid.
Longley
did well.
Assured.
Lasted for the offside flag is up, this time against Iborra. He's typically a center midfielder or a defensive midfielder, Vicente Iborra. Today he's wearing the captain's armband, and he's often the furthest man forward for Sevilla. Now, was he offside?
No, looked to be just in line. Great ball in the end from Longley, winning the ball back, showing his defensive prowess. One of the reasons why Monchi and Sampaoli wanted to bring him over.
It's two very close offside calls that have both gone against the Andalusians.
Definitely would fit into the theme of the Sevilla fans are thinking that calls have gone against them in the first leg.
Mercado comes across with a strong leg. Vieto floated forward for Iborra. Is he offside? He's offside again. And this one may be worth another look.
Oh, just looks offside, this one. Yeah, this one maybe a bit easier to call. The last one, Iborra seemed right in line with the final defender.
Eagle eye vision from the referee's assistant. Here's Asensio. Able to get past Mercado, but it will be Real Madrid's ball. Well, there is the newest signing along with Longley. Stevan Jovetic coming over from Inter on a loan deal for the rest of the season with an option to make that move permanent at the end of the campaign. He's just about ready to warm up for Sevilla.
A nice bargain in terms of a player who's coming off a difficult period in his career, Andres, but has tremendous skill. At one point, he was one of the hottest commodities in Europe. Remember where he went to the Premier League, Fiorentina. Best as a second striker, so definitely fits in the mold of the kind of football that Sampaoli wants to play, with his strikers being very good with the ball at their feet, able to link up, and with Jovetic you get that and the creativity. Sometimes a bit too individualistic.
Here's Nacho. Danilo. Nacho forced to retreat. He'll play it all the way back to Kiko Casilla, who's been kept plenty busy. The less said about that, the better from the young goalkeeper, who's making a good case to be Real Madrid's potential starter of the future. Filling in with Keylor Navas absent for part of the season. He's touched by Casemiro. Correa. Good reaction from Craneviter, but he does get there in time. There's Matias Craneviter. Escudero. Working against Lucas Vazquez. Correa. Casemiro closes him down. Rami just getting it away as Mariano applied the pressure. This is Mercado. On diagonal looking for Correa on the wing. And it's Lucas Vazquez who's come back to defend. Longley. And put a foot wrong yet, the newcomer. Iborra. Acrobatic from Danilo as he does get it away. Longley. Vieto. Craneviter. Oohs and ahs raining down from the Sanchez Pizjuan. More direct approach this time, a little too close to Kiko Casilla. Good chance for Vicente Vieira.
I'm so impressed with Sevilla. They've created so many chances for these front two and also the midfielder. There's the earlier chance, clearly onside. It was Sergio Ramos about a few feet in front of Iborra. And there was the confirmation. Great job, our production team there.
That was the second of the three offside decisions that have been very, very close. Casemiro heading in the wrong direction, knotted down by Iborra. Here's Ben Yedder forward for Vieto. Can he get there ahead of Ramos? The Real Madrid captain puts out the fire. And starts another one. Here's Escudero. Casemiro going to ground. Won the ball cleanly in the view of the referee. Undiano Mayenko right next to the action. Mariano. Put it into the middle. Mercado's there. Craneviter under pressure from Mariano. Mariano does commit the foul. Free kick to Sevilla.
Maybe no need for that final spin from Kranovic. Getting a bit too comfortable. Mariano was applying great pressure there.
The bottom of your screen confirms that it's Sevilla, Real Madrid, 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday in La Liga. First against second. Second against first if you go in order. Another apparent foul. Dianomayenko gives advantage. Escudero. Iborra recovers. Mercado gets it wide. Marcelo closes down. Escudero. Correa. Vieto. The ball gets wide. There's no one in that area for Sevilla. Easy for Danilo to pick up. Toni Kroos. Confident ball into the middle. Morata. Marcelo with space to run into. An option to either side. Asensio. It's back inside Asensio. The offside flag this time up against Real Madrid. Marco Asensio wants answers from Dianomayenko.
And Morata, the one who really started this attack. Great hold-up play from him. He's been quite quiet. Asensio was onside there, so what was the call? Perfectly onside from Asensio. The linesman now just getting it wrong on both sides of the ball.
And this would have been the other referee's assistant on the near side. Nice touch by Casemiro. Put in play by Iborra. Vieto. Taken back by Morata. Marcelo. Toni Kroos. Kroos measuring up, lead off by Mariano. Kroos! And Toni Kroos did not miss by much. Left-footed effort just wide of the right post.
I probably would have wanted that on his other foot, to be honest, but that was a great touch from Mariano again. Mariano's really done well linking up with his midfielders. That's the second time that he's been able to set up the German midfielder for a decent chance on goal.
Does have the range, Toni Kroos. Usually we see him keep it on the ground, even from distance.
And he's not going to curl it in too often. Usually his goals, as you mentioned, do come from pure power from way outside the box. So
and pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah, that more deft side-footed touch is something new in his arsenal.
Long throw by Escudero to the edge of the 18. Iborra tried to flick it on. Casemiro was there to trouble him, and Casilla picks it out of the air. 1 minute left in the first half, and it looks as though Jovetic will make his Sevilla debut. Assuming he has time.
Well then.
Meanwhile, here's Sarabia working against Marcelo. Options inside the 18. Doesn't quite reach Ben Yedder.
Surely an injury, but to who? Can't see anyone who looks to be slowed down for Sevilla.
Toni Kroos. Line-splitting passes. He's picked out Lucas Vazquez running onto it. Mariano, and it's blasted over by Danilo. With 20 seconds left to play in first half regulation, Jorge Sampaoli will make his first substitution, and Joaquin Correa will make way as Stevan Jovetic comes on, and it is an apparent injury to Correa. Here's an earlier challenge from Casemiro. Did get all of the ball, Casemiro, and it's just both players on either side of the ball. Correa off. Jovetic on for his debut.
I think this gives Sevilla even more of an attacking threat. Joaquin Correa still a bit raw at times with his final touch. Jovetic, he prefers playing just behind the main striker. And he'll look to float just around both Ben Yedder and Vieto. Those three should interchange quite a bit. Jovetic will be on this left side.
Well, just about halfway through the 1 minute of stoppage time added on, a minimum 60 seconds. Asensio pulled back by Mercado. And it's given as a throw-in. For Jovetic, Mateo, it's his first appearance in any competition since November. He arrived to Seville on Tuesday, trained for the first time on Wednesday, makes his debut on Thursday.
Well, supremely talented player, but for some reason at Inter just falling more and more off the radar in recent months. Under two managers, he couldn't get any time.
That'll do it for the opening half. Sevilla have pulled one back on the aggregate, but still trailed 3-1. Overall, it's Sevilla 1, Real Madrid 0 at the break. Stay with us. A look back at the very best from the opening half after this.